Hello students, welcome to Science Learning Gateway. I hope you all are doing good. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss class 8 social science economics chapter number 1 introduction to economics question answers. In your textbook you have seen that in the exercise portion for some few fill in the blanks and some question answers are given. That I'm going to discuss today so that it will be easy for you to learn those question answers. This is a requested video. Someone has requested me to upload this video of the first chapter, introduction to economics. So first I'm going to explain you the question answers, and if you want I will upload the video for the explanation of the chapter also. Since the name of the chapter is introduction to economics, first you should know what is economics. So what is economics? What is the definition of economics? If we will talk about simple definition of economics, then you can say that it is the study of science which is related to production, distribution and use of goods and services. Means in economics we used to study about the human activities. So it is a very vast topic if you will read that all the human activities in economics. So what happens that economics, the subject economic has been divided into two branches. We have two branches for economics. One is called your microeconomics and the second one is called macroeconomics. Micro, what is the meaning of the word micro? Micro means very small. So what is microeconomics? Microeconomics is the study of economics at very small level. Okay, in this the human activities are studied at a very small level. Example, your individual income. Next, if what is macroeconomics? Macro means big or large. So macroeconomics is the study of economics at a large level. Okay, for example, national income. If the sum total of the whole country is incomes is calculated, that is called national income. So in that they used to talk about the nation, but in microeconomics it is for an individual or small business firm, like that. So now we are going to discuss the question answers of this chapter. Let's get started. First we have fill in the blanks. 5 fill in the blanks are given. Let's see what are the fill in the blanks given in this chapter. First one is the word economics originate from the Greek root words. Two blanks are given for this one. The word economics, it has been taken from the Greek word. Okay, and what are the two Greek words from which the word economics has been made? Okios and nomos. Okay, okios and nomos. So what is the meaning of this okios? Okios means household and nomos means management. Okay, so these are the two words from which the economic word has been made. Okios and nomos. Next one we have the basic economic problems of every individuals are. What are the basic economic problem of every individual, every person? Scarcity and choice. If scarcity means less or limited, okay, if they have less or limited money they cannot buy the things they want. Choice is also there, that if they have less money they have to take those items which are needed for them, so they have to make a choice between them. So these are the two economic problems, scarcity and choice. Third one, what we have, the activities that generate income are called what? The activities that generate income are called economic activities. Okay, from the activities from which we get the income, money, so those activities are called economic activities. Microeconomics, micro means small, is the study of small units. Remember this one, micro means small, so microeconomics is the study of small units. Macroeconomics is the study of, macro means large, so we have to write over there large unit. Micro, small unit, macro, large unit. So with this we have finished the fill in the blanks. Now we will discuss the question answers of this chapter. These are the short question answers. We have to write these answer in two or three. They have given that we should write the answer in one sentence, but it is not possible to write it in one sentence, so I have made the answer with three or four sentences, like that. So our first, these are short answer type questions. Okay, for 1 marks you can get these answers. First question what you have, what is economics? Means in this question we have to write the definition of economics. The word economics come from the Greek word okios meaning household and nomos meaning management. So from where we have got this word economics? From the Greek words okios. What is the meaning of okios? Household, and nomos mean management. Okay, thus economics refers to the art of household management. When you will combine both the word, what you will get? Household management. So it refers to the art of household management that involves the that involves using the available means to satisfy the basic needs of the family as well as to prosper. Household management means how we can manage our house, means for we need food also, we need money for studying also, we need food, money for clothes also. So this is that household management our parents used to manage our house, right? So that involves, so what is the meaning of household management? Available means, using the available means to satisfy the basic needs of the family as well as to proper. Available means the money what they are having, that they use to satisfy the basic needs like food, clothing, shelter, education, etc. of the family, as well as to prosper means they will grow also with that needs. So what is economics? Once again we'll repeat this answer. The word economics comes from the Greek word okios, meaning household, and nomos, meaning management. Thus economics refers to the art of household management that involves using the available means. Available means money, to satisfy the basic needs of the family as well as to prosper. Next, define scarcity. Scarcity means limited, okay, limited or less. Suppose sometimes you say that I have scarcity of clothes, I have scarcity of food, like that. So that is limited or less. Scarcity is a basic central problem of economics. So what is this? It is the central problem of economics. Scarce means limited. So what is the meaning of scarce? Limited. When we have the scarcity of money to buy goods and services, we choose the most desirable wants or prioritize them in order of importance. Suppose we have less money. Suppose you have only 20 rupees, and from that 20 rupees you want to eat something, you want to uh, buy some toys, or you want to watch a movie. So what you will do? Either one of the thing you can do with 20 rupees. So what you'll do? You'll eat food from that, okay? That money and that watching the movie and buying some toys or notebooks, etc., you can do later on. So first of all you'll eat food from that, so that is your priority from that small amount of 20 rupees. Okay, so when we have the scarcity of money to buy goods and services, we choose the most desirable one. Suppose eating the food is the most desirable one for you, or prioritize them means we are giving priority to eating of food in order of importance. That is important for us, because without food we cannot live. So we'll give importance to the food for eating, for eating with that money. So what is define scarcity? Once again we'll read this answer. Scarcity is the basic and central problem of economics. Scarce means limited. Scarce means limited. Okay. When we have the scarcity of money to buy goods, means when we have less money to buy goods and services, what we will do? We'll choose the most desirable want or prioritize them in order of importance. You can write this like this also. When we have the scarcity of money to buy goods and services, we'll buy the most important thing, or the thing which is or the thing which we need at that time. Okay, so that is the answer. Next question, list the different economic activities. So what are the different economic activities? There are 4 different economic activities. The economic activities can be classified into 4 types. Now let's see what are the 4 different types of economic activities. Production, for example, any company is there, they used to produce the goods like your notebooks, clothes, etc. Consumption, when they are producing those goods, we are consuming them, that is called consumption. We are taking the clothes or the notebooks from the market. Exchange, okay, and next one is distribution. Exchange means we used to exchange the goods among themselves, right? And distribution is to distribute among the different individuals in a society or in the country. The goods, suppose one company is there, they will make that good, and after that they will distribute in among the different individuals. So these are the four economic activities: production, consumption, exchange, and distribution. Now, when you buy a pen, which branch of economics analyzes your decision? Buying a pen. Okay, you are only buying a pen. Only one individual is buying a pen. So it is a small decision. So which branch of economics analyzes your decision? It is micro or macro? It is microeconomics, because it is a small decision. It is a study of economics at a very small level. So your microeconomics analyzes our decision. This answer you have to write over there. Next question is define microeconomics. Micro means small, right? The word micro means very small. Microeconomics is the study of decision making to use resources by the smallest components of the society, namely individuals, households, and business firms. So first of all, you have to write the word micro means very small. It is the study of decision making to use resources. Means It is a study of decision making to use resources. The resources will be used by the smallest components of the society, like individuals, households, and business firms. So, microeconomics is the study of economics at a very small level where the use of resources will be made by the smallest components of the society, like individuals, households, and business firms. So, with this, we have finished the small question answers, short question answers of this chapter. Now, we'll read about the answer the following in 3 or 4 sentences. These are the little long answers type questions. The first question is, what are economic activities? We use our skills and labors to earn money and satisfy our wants by using that money. So what we do, we use our skills and labor to earn money, means we used to work to get money, and after getting the money we satisfy our wants by using that money, means with the help of that money we used to buy the clothes, foods, and other necessary things to satisfy our needs. The varied activities, varied means different activities which we perform in order to earn money and wealth for satisfaction of our wants are called economic activities. Okay, so what are economic activities? Economic activities are those activities by which we earn money to satisfy our needs or wants. Okay, so what answer you will write? We use our skills and labor. Skills, suppose you are good in teaching, then you can teach and you can earn money. You can work in a school and you can earn money from that, and after that you can satisfy your needs, right? So if you are good at painting, then you can do that painting also and you can earn money. If you are good in stitching the clothes, you can stitch the clothes and you can earn money. We use our skills and labor to earn money and satisfy our wants by using that money. From we will work in a company and will earn money, and after, from that money we can satisfy our needs. The varied activities means the different activities which we perform in order to earn money and wealth for satisfaction of our wants are called economic activities. So in simple terms, you should remember, economic activities are those activities by which we earn money and satisfy our needs or wants. Okay, next question what we have, question number 2, why do we need to study economics? Why we should study economics? So from following points, you have to write any 3 or 4 points to write this answer. Okay, so we need to study economics too. First point, recognize the scarcity of resources against the unlimited wants. Means first point, what we have to recognize the scarcity of resources, means limited resources against the unlimited one. There are so many people in our country, the population is so large, everyone is having some everyone is having the need. So in that we have to recognize the scarcity of resources. Okay, there are limited resources in our country, so we have to recognize the limited resources. For example, coal, water, these are limited resources. We have to recognize those resources against the unlimited one, and the people are having so much need for those resources. Second point, we have understand socio-economic problems of the country. So what are the socio-economic problems of the country? Like poverty, this is also very important problem in our country. Unemployment, inflation. Inflation means rise of price. Sometimes you can see the prices are so high. So that is called inflation, price, rising of prices, etc. And try to provide solution of the same. So we have to understand the socio-economic problems like poverty, unemployment, inflation, etc. and to provide solution for these problems. Third point, we have engage in socio-economic activities to support family as well as the country. Economic activities means we have to work and we have to earn money so that we can support our family as well as the country. Fourth one is prioritizing means we have to give priority to the use of resources and identifying more important and less important, means the resources which we are using, we should give the priority to them and identify that which is important for us and which is less important for us. So this is the answer, why do we need to study economics. Next, question number 3. In question number 3, we have to write the differences between microeconomics and macroeconomics. For this, you have to make the table like this so that it will be easy for you to learn the answer. First point for microeconomics is, it is the study of economics at very small level. This you all can write because micro means small. Macroeconomics is, it is the study of economics at a large level. Macro means large, so you have to study economics at large level. In this, you have to study economics at small level. Second question what we have, it is a study about the individuals, households and business firms. When we have read the definition of economics, microeconomics, that time I have told you that it is a study about the individual, households and small business firms. Okay, and it's a study about the welfare activities, regulation of inflation, promotion of economic growth, etc. Means it will it will be for a small scale, but it macroeconomics will be for a large scale. Like it is the study about welfare activities for the whole country, regulation of inflation, rising of prices, promotion of economic growth. These are very large type of activities which will come under macroeconomics. Next, example for microeconomics, you can write individual income. If one person is earning that income, that is called individual income. And for macroeconomics, you can write the example national income. The total income of the country is called the national income. Next, we have what are the basic economic problems? Question number 4. So, what are the basic economic problems? There are three basic economic problems. The first one is what to produce, second one is how to produce, and the third one is for whom to produce. What to produce means what type of goods and services we should produce to satisfy the needs, that is called what to produce. How to produce means what technology we should use to produce those goods and services. Third one, for whom to produce, means who are the individuals or the people in our society for whom we have to produce those goods and services. So now let's discuss one by one all the three basic economic problems. The first one is what to produce. An individual or a society has to decide about what goods and services to produce. This is true that individual or the society, they will decide what are the goods and services they should produce. The type and quantity of various goods produced depends upon the resource availability. Yes, this is also true that the goods they are producing, they depend upon the resource availability. If the resources are not available, suppose they want to produce, they want to make furnitures. For making the furniture they need the wood, so that is the resource, wood is the resource. So for producing any goods and services, resources are needed on one hand and requirements of the people on the other hand. First of all, for producing any good and services, resources should be available. Second one, that it should be demanded by the people. The people should require those goods and services. Suppose people don't want furniture, then it will be waste of making those furniture, right? Suppose people, for making the clothes, what they need the cotton. Okay, cotton or threads, that are the resources, and on the other hand the people should demand those clothes. So these are the two factors by which the people or individual who are making the goods and services should produce those things. So what to produce, what you will write, an individual or a society has to decide about what goods and services they should produce, means they have to make decision that which type of goods and services they should provide. The type and quantity of various goods and produced, type and quantity means what type of good they are making, and in what quantity. Quantity means in what number, depends upon. So what are the two factors on which the type and quantity of good will depend? Resource ability, the resources should be available on the other hand, and requirements of the people on the other hand. The people should need those things, those goods and services, then only the individual or society can make that goods. Next one, we have how to produce. Now, how, which method or which technology the individual should use to make those goods and services. There are different ways to produce given goods, right? For making the clothes, they can make it by hands also, they can use the machines also, right? Whether to use a technology that uses more labor or capital is to be decided by the society. Use a technology. Technology means method that uses more labor. Labor means more persons or more workers, or capital. Capital means money. Income is to be decided by the society, means which technology they should use that will use more labor or capital will be decided by the society. Now, for whom to produce means who will use those goods and services. Every society has to decide the distribution of scarce resources and goods and services among all individuals. Scarce resources and goods means limited goods and resources, okay, and services among the all individuals. Okay, these are the 3 points for the basic economic problems. Next question we have, what are what major economic decisions are taken by the government? This is the last question of this chapter. Now, the major economic decisions taken by the government are, I have given 4 points over here. You can learn three points, whichever is easy for you. Okay, and if you can learn all the 4 points, then it is good. First point, what we have, recognize the scarcity of resources against unlimited want, means we should recognize the resources for the unlimited wants. The people will demand more and more things, but we have to recognize those resources, scarcity of resources. Like in that one more question I have told you that in our country amount that water, coal, those are scarce resources, they are limited. Okay, so we should not waste those things. So we should recognize or identify the scarcity of resources against the unlimited ones. The people are demanding those things. Identifying more important and less important means we should give we should know that which thing is important and which is not important for us. Development and welfare programs, government has given so many development and welfare programs for the development of our country. Economize means save on the use of your resources and search for more efficient ways of using the resources means we should save the resources, like we should save the trees, we should save the coal, etc., and research for more efficient ways of using the resource, like electricity. We should not waste electricity, right? And we should save electricity, so we should save those resources and search for more efficient ways of using the resources. So these are the four important decisions taken by the government. So with this, we have finished the question answers of this chapter. If you want, I will explain this chapter also. For that, you have to comment in the comment box. And if this tutorial is helpful for you, then like it and share it with your friends also. And don't forget to click on the bell icon so that whenever I will be uploading a new video, you'll get the notification for that. And if you are new to my channel, then please click on the subscribe button. And you can also connect with me through my Facebook page. The link I will provide in the description box. Thank you for watching my channel, Science Learning Gateway.